money, more problems. Bring on the problems. Bring on the problems. Bring on the motherfucking problems. Hey.
Welcome back to Hip Hop Anarchy, here again with the Architect. We're about to review the next tier of albums for the year. It is the bad albums of the year, okay? The first level we did was Sewage, which was included with the trash albums, which is the second tier. And now the third tier is bad. All those are really terrible levels of albums you don't want to get. Sewage being the worst, meaning this album shouldn't even exist. Trash meaning it's an album that had pretty much no substance, nothing enough to carry it on. And bad is just above that. It sucks. You can check it out. You're going to get a little bit of good stuff here and there, but these are albums you should avoid in general. They're just a waste of time. Bad albums you probably check out because, you know, the artists have a name, you're giving them a shot. You don't know what you're going to get into. But these albums are albums you definitely want to try to avoid because they don't have much to them. Again, you're going to find a song here and there you're going to like, but generally speaking, they're going to be pretty bad. So anyhow, 6 through 6.9 is bad hip hop album tier. And all these albums on this list pertain to this tier. So let's get to it. Let's start it off right now. So first for this tier, and coming in at number 80 for the hip hop album of the year, is Jack Harlow's Come Home, The Kids Miss You. It's a 6.2 out of 10 for the rating, and then a 4.4 out of 10 for the replay value, and then it's a number 13 for bad hip hop albums tier. Coming in at 79 hip hop album of the year is Jay Stone, Definition of Sacrifice. 6.3 out of 10 for the rating, 3.5 out of 10 for the replay value, and number 12 for the bad hip hop album of the year tier. For the 78th spot for the hip hop album of the year is Drake and 21 Savage's Her Loss. It's a 6.3 out of 10 for the rating and a 3.8 out of 10 for the replay value. It is number 11 out of the bad hip hop album tier. At the 77th spot for the hip hop album of the year, it is Jeezy and DJ Drama Snowfall. It's a 6.4 out of 10 rating and a 3.5 out of 10 replay value. It is number 10 for the bad hip hop album tier. For the 76th spot for the hip hop albums of the year, it is The Game's Drillmatic Heart vs. Mind with a 6.5 out of 10 rating and a 3.7 out of 10 replay value. It is number 9 for the bad hip hop albums of the year tier. For number 75 for hip hop album of the year, it is NBA YoungBoy Never Broke Again, The Last Slimeto. 6.6 out of 10 for the rating and a 4.1 out of 10 for the replay value. It comes in at number 8 for the bad hip hop albums tier. For number 74 hip hop albums of the year, it is DC Capital, My Name is Daegy, with a 6.7 out of 10 for the rating and a 3.6 out of 10 for the replay value. It is a number 7 for the bad hip hop albums tier. For number 73 on the hip hop albums of the year, it is Latto 777. It is a 6.7 out of 10 for the rating and a 3.7 out of 10 for replay value, and number 6 for bad hip hop album of the year tier. For number 72 hip hop album of the year, it is Billy Woods, Ethiops, coming in at 6.8 out of 10 rating and a 3.3 out of 10 replay value. It is number 5 for the bad hip hop albums tier. For number 71 for the hip hop albums of the year, it is Lizzo Special, with 6.8 out of 10 for the rating and a 3.9 out of 10 for the replay value, and number 4 for bad hip hop albums tier. For the number 70 spot of hip hop albums of the year, Benny the Butcher Tana Talk 4 with a rating of 6.8 out of 10 and a replay value of 4.1 out of 10 comes in at number 3 for the bad hip hop albums tier. For the 69 spot of hip hop albums of the year, it is Coi Leray Trendsetter, coming in at 6.8 out of 10 rating and a replay value of 4.4 out of 10, coming in at the number 2 spot for the bad hip hop albums tier. Coming in at 68 for that hip hop albums of the year is Megan Thee Stallion, Trumazine, coming in at 6.9 out of 10 rating and a 3.5 out of 10 replay value. It is the number 1 bad hip hop album tier of the year. Thank all you guys for joining us on this review for the top albums of the year. We're doing all the tiers at a time. Of course, the numbers are different, so it's not going to be 10 here and 10 there. It's going to vary per tier. So there's 7 tiers total. There's going to be covering about 5 videos. The 2 top tiers are going to be kind of combined, and the 2 bottom tiers are going to be combined because they're so hard to achieve. They're the streams of their streams, so you have the worst combined with pretty much the 2 top worst, and the best combined with the 2 top best, which is the legendary and classic. There's a lot to go through. You guys are going to love it when we finish. I'm going to do a video in the future to break down, pretty much after this is done, how we rate albums. Some of you are looking at some of these albums like, oh, these albums are definitely way better than that. They should be in the top tier. These are top 10 albums. Not quite. Trust me, the top 10 albums of the year are going to be worthwhile. They are by no mistake bad at all. Like, those albums to get to the top 10, top 20, top 30, yeah, it takes a lot to get there. So those albums are definitely worth it. These albums definitely were lackluster compared to the top albums, and not just compared to those albums. We rate these albums in and of themselves, so therefore they get what they get. So we're not trying to slight anybody. Some of these artists I'm a big fan of, but that's regardless of criteria. But in the other videos, we're going to go deeper and break them down. Thank you for being here. Trust me, you may not like our judgment right away, but we're going to give you some ideas of where we're coming from, where we get our criteria from. So anyhow, with that said, thank you so much. Like, follow, share, subscribe, leave your feedback, tell us what you think, and we will see you again on the next video dealing with the mediocre albums of the year. So stay tuned for that. See you guys next time. Bye.